What's going on, guys? This is going to be my thoughts on Jordan Peele's Nope. This is written and directed by Jordan Peele, stars Keke Palmer, Daniel Kaluuya, Stephen Yeun, and Barbie Ferreira, Michael Wincott, Barbie Ferreira, and Keith David. It tells the story of a man and his sister. They discover something sinister in disguise above their California horse ranch, while the owner of a nearby theme park tries to profit from the mysterious otherworldly phenomenon. If you guys are new to the channel, all my social media links are in the description box down below. Follow me on all of them, from Facebook all the way up to my serialized. If you would like to send any money to my Cash App, that's down there in the description box as well. Just get in touch with me privately and you can do that. Not asking for anything, but if you like to send any fan mail or anything from my Amazon wishlist or a letter or something, you can do that as well. And with that being said, we are going to talk about Jordan Peele's Nope. Going into Nope, this had me extremely curious. Jordan Peele is a director that I definitely really do like. I loved his first two films. I think Get Out was a great directorial debut, and I really enjoyed Us, and it was absolutely really good. So going into this, I was very curious to see what they were going to do. I thought it looked pretty interesting, and I did not see any trailers for this. I only saw the teaser trailer, and that is as far as I went. I wanted to go in knowing little as much as possible. So this, of course, is definitely another great film in this series, and another great film in the series of Jordan Peele movies, and I definitely really enjoyed this movie. This was a really good film. And the thing I have to talk about is the performances first. I want to touch on the performances. Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer, they played the brother and sister duo we followed throughout this movie. Otis Haywood and Emerald Haywood, they both are the horse wrangling characters who sense something is not going right, and I think they both do a very good job, and they both did very good. Keke Palmer is the one who's the most expressive here, but I think that Daniel Kaluuya, Oscar-winning actor, great actor, but he is the more reserved type character. You do like him, though. He does do a good job, and I will say he does a very good part in his, and he does a very good job here. I also think that Stephen Yeun does a very good job as Jupe. He's the creator of the theme park Jupiter's Claim. Michael Wincott, I thought, was really good as a renowned cinematographer. Terry Notary is also very good. You also have Brandon Perea as Angel Torres. And you also have Barbie Ferreira and Ren Smith here. They do good for what they're given. And Keith David, while he's not in the movie very much, I do think he also does a very good job in the movie. So the performances all the way around, it keeps this movie afloat. Also, I have to appreciate the ambition and the themes. The ambition, of course, is because this is a neo-western sci-fi horror film. It has that same summer blockbuster spectacle as Jaws, and you can tell that there is some heavy Jaws influence here, because this movie, he really does go for broke here. He's very admirable in his originality and ambitions, and is very Spielbergian-like. While some people will walk away not really liking the ambitions and the themes of this movie, like spectacle, exploitation, I definitely did appreciate the effort of what this movie did, and the alien stuff definitely does go into it. I'm not going to go too deep into spoilers because I don't really want to go in depth with spoilers about it, but I'll just say the themes and ambition really does work here. I also really like the cinematography aspect of this. Hoyte van Hoytema is a great cinematographer. He has done some very good cinematography work. Let the Right One In, Spectre, Her, The Fighter, Ad Astra, Dunkirk, Interstellar, Tenet, and the upcoming Oppenheimer. This is a director after a photographer who knows how to get some good looking shots, and he should definitely be in the front runner for best cinematography because he brings out everything in the cinematography. I also say the direction and writing here. The writing is really good here. There are a few things with the script that it's a little weird and a little overly ambitious with some of the themes that Jordan Peele goes for, but I will say the script for the most part is very balanced with the themes and the character development and the script and even with the comedy and the horror, and you definitely do feel that. But it's Jordan Peele's direction that what makes this really good. You can have the good ideas all you want, but if you ain't got a good director to back you up, you ain't got shit. But it definitely goes for broke, and you definitely really enjoy Jordan Peele's direction here. And Jordan Peele is just a force to be reckoned with in terms of directing. He knows exactly what to do. He is not going to let you down with anything here. And he really goes out of the way and gives you everything you want. I can also say the musical score here by Michael Abels is really good. I love the musical score. It's very atmospheric, Hitchcockian, Spielberg-ish, creative, and you definitely love that. And you can also tell that he does a very good job is what he's doing, and it is awesome. I love the way he chooses to tell the story, and I think the way he did it is actually really great and really competent and just very awesome. And so you definitely really love the direction of what this guy does, and the creature design and the UFO design in the end of this movie, all of that is very well done here. From costume design and creature design, sound mixing is very good, especially if anyone who saw it in theaters with the Dolby Atmos is really good. I definitely very much enjoyed that. That was awesome. And just to that, you gotta give Jordan Peele as much credit as you can. Some people may not love everything this guy does, but he puts his all into it. And it's there. And you know how much Jordan Peele is a master of what he's doing, but he takes a story that we think we know and turns it on its head when it dives deeper into what exactly is going on. And that's the thing I love about it. It definitely does go for what's going on. Again, the character perspective isn't as strong, but it does go deep into how personal character's trauma can definitely go there. And it shows what it says about fame and what it takes to get them. And it also talks about themes of surveillance and how much it can corrupt someone, but it's very straightforward here. There are just maybe a few issues here. But I do want to touch on one more positive, and it is very memorable with how everything goes. The way this movie chooses to end itself, I think, is very ambitious, and I think it's really creative. Like, you could usually go for a predictable ending, but the way Jordan Peele goes about this, I do think the ending is very interesting, and the third act definitely keeps me on the edge of my seat, and it was very tension filled and very anxiety filled. You could feel like that things were gonna happen to these guys with this situation. Unfortunately, like I said, I will say the issues. I do think there is a certain subplot here. While I understand why it's there, and it is relevant, and it does add to the mythology and social commentary that is presented here, I do think you could have done without that just a little bit, but I definitely do understand exactly why this subplot is there, and I can't really knock the movie down for that. So you definitely understand why this movie is going the way it goes. I can also say I do think the movie is just slightly too long. Like, it's 2 hours and 10 minutes, and while it's not really bad, and it definitely does take its time in giving you what you want, I can say I do feel like the movie does overstay its welcome just by a little bit, but it's far from the worst thing imaginable in terms of that runtime. It's at least very good, but the final 45 minutes, and even with stuff that goes on and as the movie keeps going, I definitely really enjoy a lot of that. I just feel like the movie could have been a little bit shorter. Yeah. And I will say the movie at times can be a little bit too ambitious in some of what it's trying to do. Like, it's not all bad. I just think that you could take some of this ambition and just kind of let it go. And so it's just there, and it's not awful. I will say that. I just think some of it can be a little bit much with some of its ambitions. Now, I'm not going to say Jordan Peele should tone down, because the man has a vision and he's going to do his vision, and he's going to do what he want to do. I just feel like you could take some of the little ambitions that are in here and you could trim it out just a teeny tiny little bit. But other than that, I don't really have much else problems when it comes to this movie. I think this is a solid film that definitely knows exactly what you're gonna get, and I thought that while this is not my favorite Jordan Peele movie, I think that Jordan Peele once again shows why he knows what he's doing. And I think this is a very, very strong film. It's amazing. I think the performances are great. I think the character development is great. I think the ambitious alien sci-fi neo-western horror stuff is good. It has a good story. There are some great themes about fame and originality and a lot of things that goes on here. I will say this: know who you are going into this, because it is going to take its time. It does have a lot of ambitions and a lot of social commentary about fame and how people can be consumed by it. We try to use alien stuff for greed and such, but it's a very well done film. The characters are invested. I like the messages, and I like the twists, and I like the performances, and the direction, camera work. It's not your usual typical alien invasion UFO movie. It's a different, and there is a reason why Jordan Peele is becoming one of the biggest names in directing and horror in general, and I can't wait to see what this guy does next. This is not going to be a movie for everyone, but if you are interested, definitely go on Peacock and check it out. And definitely pick it up on Blu-ray or 4K. I really enjoyed this. The 2 times I watched it is awesome. I'm giving this an Epictastic. Well, that's going to do it for the video that you just watched. I will have my channel here, so you would like to see anything here, click the channel icon, subscribe for more. I will also leave a video and maybe a playlist here, so in case you want to see what I'm about. As always, stay Epictasticness, join the Epictasticness, and you guys keep it cool.